श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो में सन्निधत्तां सदाहृति. Nyasa Dasakam Swami Desikan has brilliantly summed up and encapsulated within 10 slokams the performance of Prapatti, which he himself has performed at the lotus feet of Lord Varadaraja. Today is the 10th slokam, the Nigamana slokam. Shriman Niyata Panchangam Madrakshana Bararpanam Achikarat Swayam Swasmin Ataha Ahamiha Nirbaraha Atohamiha Nirbaraha. The Lord, who is forever with Periyapirati, has kind of empowered Adiyan to perform this Bharanyasam, this Prapatti, the Sharanagati, with the Panchangam, with the 5 Angams, which we saw in the introduction as well as in the second slokam. The 5 Angams, and the Angi is the Atmanikshepam, the Bharanyasam. So he has empowered Adiyan to perform this Bharanyasam with the 5 Angams at his lotus feet. And he himself has accepted the burden of protecting Adiyan. Madrakshana Bara Arpanam. He did this on his own. Swayam Swasmin. So from now onwards, Adiyan is completely in a mindset of total freedom from any fear about my Rakshanam. I don't need to have any fear about my Rakshanam. He will take care of me. O Lord Varadaraja, Sriman, Niyata Panchangam, you have yourself executed the Bharanyasam for me at your lotus feet. You have completed my Prapatti in its totality, in its completeness, in its entirety, with the 5 Angams, 5 limbs, 5 parts. You have accepted now the responsibility for my protection, and therefore completely freed of any worry, any bhayam about my protection. And I would lead my life as a prapanna with complete calm, composed peace and tranquility. Having thus been blessed by the Lord to do Bharanyasam at his feet by following the 5 Angas of Prapatti, the Prapanna has surrendered the responsibility of his protection completely to Perumal now. The Prapanna then devotes the rest of his life to the blissful Kainkaryam, Ananya Prayojana Kainkaryam, no other fruit, only for his pleasure, to the Divya Dampati. At the end of this life, it is Bhagavan who will ensure that the Prapanna, who has surrendered himself to his care and protection, is indeed united with them in Sri Vaikuntham. And he will be relieved completely of the furthermore cycle of samsaram. So, in the second slokam of Nyasa Dasakam, Swami Desikan referred to the samarpanam of one's Rakshanam to the Lord through Sharanagati with the 5 Angams. Nyasyam Akinchana Sriman Anukulo Nyavarjitaha Vishwasa Prarthana Puram Atma Raksha Baram Twayi. That 5 Angams. Swami Desikan started with Satvika Tyagam in the 3rd slokam and completed the Anushtanam of Sharanagati at Attigiri Arulalan's Tiruvadi. Now, excellently explained by Dr. V. N. Vedanta Desikan Swami in his compilation, as well as with the other Vyakyatas. We would just briefly touch upon those explanation given by Acharyas. The final slokam is very unusual because generally Vedanta Desika writes the final slokam with his name And what is the fruit of recitation of that slokam? Stotram. Any slokam is like that. But in this slokam, no name stamp of Desika. No assurance about rewards of recitation of this stotram. Because there is an explicit assertion that prapatti is done by him as Desika, as an instrument, by Perumal, for his pleasure. Prapatti is not an achievement. We should not say, I have achieved prapatti, I have done prapatti. We should never claim. We should feel that the Lord and the Acharya have kindly elevated him and enabled him to get this done by them. It is God's kind winning act. The spirit should be, Swami Desikan's thinking is that. That is why no name, no fruits, nothing. Just like Thiruppanazhalwar's Amalanadipinan, என் அமுதனை கண்ட கண்கள் மற்றொன்றினை காணாவே. The eyes that have seen my Amudan, my Rangan, would not see anything else. He united with the Lord. Where is the question of who composed, what is the fruit? So that is a must for every prapanna. O Lord Sriyapate, you yourself took on your head the burden of my protection in the so-called process of Bharanyasam or Prapatti. You ensured that it was complete with perfect, accompanied by the essential 5 angams, components. You got it done yourself. What is my role here? Perhaps none. Hence, I am free of all burdens. I am nothing now. I have no fear hereafter. Completely. That's the way one has to have that feeling. Sri Bhashya Srinivasacharya, one of the commentators, he said, having placed the burden of protection at your lotus feet, Adiyan is bereft of any more karmas to do in this regard for moksha, and stay now in a state of complete absolute freedom from any burden. All this happened because of your grace. Immediately after the Sharanagati Upaya Anushtanam with the 5 angams. Aham tvayi nyasta baraha kartavya sesha rahitaha paranyasat parasmin khale nirbaraha vigalita sarva bharaha nirbhayascha asmi. Sri Gopala Tatachar mentioned that the first slokam of Nyasa Dasakam Swami Desikan uses the salutation Sri Pati Reva. And in the final slokam, he addresses Sriman. Lord with Mahalakshmi is the Upayam as well as the Upayam. He is the means as well as the goal. He points out that the Sharanagati will not be successful without the 5 angams. Anukulya Sankalpam, Pratikulya Varjanam, Goptutra Varnam, Maha Vishwasam. So, Karpanyam at the beginning of this Dasakam. Aham Madrakshana Baram, and at the end Sriman, to indicate Sattvika Tyagam must be performed. After the Samarpanam of the Rakshya Vastu, the object to be protected, Swami Desikan says that he is totally freed from any burden, any fear. And the wonderful Vyakyanam by Sri Shaila Tatachar. At the beginning, Swami Desikan referred to the Lord with Lakshmi as Sriyapati. And at the end, Sriman, Lakshmi Vasishtyam, togetherness with Lakshmi, to be invoked at every stage as for the means and the end, for the means and the goal. Upayam and Upayam, even if it may not be explicitly stated. At the end of karmas, Sattvika Tyagam must be done to gain the state of fearlessness. Swayameva Karitaman, he himself has got it done. So Nirbharam, Nirbhayam. Swami has emphasized that 5 angams of Prapatti are indispensable. Prapatti is incomplete without their Anushthanam. Lord himself has performed the Bharanyasam, Rakshabhara Samarpanam. Through him, Swayameva Karitaman. And the best is the Amrita Ranjani Slokam, which Adiyan just wants to bring it up here. Amrita Ranjani, 32nd slokam. Such a wonderful slokam. I always have moist eyes when I read this slokam. Swami Desikan's unparalleled marvel, even in Tamil Prabandhams, is to be enjoyed. ஊன் தந்து நிலை நின்ற உயிரும் தந்து ஓர் உயிராகி உள் ஒளியோடு உறைந்த நாதன் தான் தந்த இந்நுயிரை எனது எண்ணாமல் நல்ல அறிவும் தந்து அகலா நலமும் தந்து தான் தந்த நல்வழியால் தாழ்ந்த என்னை தந்தனக்கே பாரமாக தானே எண்ணி வான் தந்து மலர் அடியும் தந்து வானோர் வாழ்ச்சி தர மன்னருளால் வரித்திட்டானே. What a beautiful பாசுரம். ஊன் தந்து, he gave me this சரீரம். ஊன் தந்து, he gave me this body. The upakaram given by the Lord to the jivans is unbounded, limitless. For he gives this body, the sariram. And then உயிர் ஊன் தந்து நிலை நின்ற உயிரும் தந்து. He blesses the body with the imperishable Jivatma. Not just that, உயிராகி உள் ஒளியோடு உறைந்த நாதன். உயிராகி உள் ஒளியோடு உறை. Then he enters into the body as well as the Jivan, as the indweller, as the Antaryami, along with his divine construct. Then ஞானம் தந்து, அகலா நலமும் தந்து, அறிவு தந்து. He blesses the Jivatma, blesses us further with the ஞானம், that the Jivan is not independent. It is not Swatantran. It is a Seshan. It is a Seshabhutan. To him, the master, Seshi, which makes the Jivan filled with bliss. Then he himself has laid down the path, the means of prapatti, sharanagati, as in accordance with Shastras, and makes the Jivan practice that prapatti. And he himself accepts the responsibility of protecting the Jivan. He shows the path, he lets you hold on to the path, and he himself takes care of the burden. Our Lord blesses the Jivatma to reach Sri Vaikuntham at the end of the life on the earth, and to live with the Nitya Suris there, to perform eternal Kainkaryam to him there. That's the Lord's Sankalpam. How can one assess or imagine this great incomparable upakaram of our Lord? ஊன் தந்து நிலை நின்ற உயிரும் தந்து ஓர் உயிராகி உள் ஒளியோடு உறைந்த நாதன் தான் தந்த இந்நுயிரை எனது எண்ணாமல். He himself gave this uyir and says, oh, you are mine, come. He never said. He does not force us. நல்ல அறிவும் தந்து அகலா நலமும் தந்து தான் தந்த நல்வழியால், the prapatti margam which he himself has given. Masanam Margasirshogam, Margasirisham, the best of Margam, Sharanagati Margam, as mentioned by Andal in Tirupavai. நல்ல அறிவும் தந்து அகலா நலமும் தந்து தான் தந்த நல்வழியால் தாழ்ந்த என்னை. I have been toiling in the samsara sagaram. தந்தனக்கே பரமாக தானே எண்ணி. He himself took us with his nirhetuka kripai, costless mercy. And then he himself enabled us to perform that prapatti, and he took care of the Barasamarpana. Vaan Tandu, then he grants us Sri Vaikuntham. Malar Adiyum Tandu, his lotus feet. Vanor Vachitara, to the enjoyment of Nitya Suris and Muktatmas. Mannarulal Varittitane, he has taken us to his abode. Brilliant. Now we will conclude this Nyasa Dasakam with this, and we would start off with Nyasa Vimshati from tomorrow. Adiyan. Dhanyosmi.